Hey guys, Goddess Intuition here. I hope you all are doing well. Happy Self Love Sunday. If you are new here, thank you so much for being here. And if you are returning, thank you so much for being here. So, over here, we love to talk about self love. We love to talk about spirituality, the shadow self, all things that are connected to the inner self. Okay. And if that is something that you are interested in, be sure to be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can keep up with the content. I know I haven't been on here in a while. Okay, but I'm here. I'm here. If you have been keeping up with the channel, though, I have been doing shorts, so make sure you go back and check that out. So let's get right into the video. You guys, today is Sunday, Self Love Sunday, obviously. And so, what I really want to talk about a little bit is creating a sacred space. And I know I've probably have talked about that before, but it's going to be with a little twist today. Okay, and so imagine you are being distracted. Okay, things are happening and you're like, okay, I don't know what's going on, my energies is kind of like blah. And speaking of that, I think we do have Venus in retrograde right now, and we have a Mercury retrograde coming up. So the energies are kind of like right. And then we just had the new year here in the United States, and so I know like different parts of the world they probably celebrated at different times, but we just had the New Year's here. And energies are very like all over the place. And so what I wanted to do is just bring you guys a little bit of clarity when it comes to creating your own sacred space. Of course, when we're talking about manifestation and bringing things down into fruition, obviously you need to work with the energies first, okay? And allow yourself to be in a space of the energies that you've already created. Now, before you take a leap and start to create other things, other energies, you have to, look at where you are right now and acknowledge the fact that you are where you are right now. And it could be in the present moment, it could be something that you're thinking about from the past, it could be even something that you are just fixated on in the future, right? But being able to just bring yourself back into that space, right, of being in the present. And it sort of reminds me of when I first got on my spiritual path, how I would like time leap. I think that's what it's called, like jump from like energy to energy, right? And I had to really learn how to kind of like bring myself back down, especially if you are a fire sign. Especially if you are a fire sign, because Aries, Sag, and Leos are like woof, right? It's like a burst of energy. And so even with air energies, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, sometimes being in that airy space is kind of like, right, it's all over the place sometimes. And depending on your chart, if you have certain things that are dominating that chart, it's like you're going to feel it at different times. And so I really had to learn how to bring myself back, like, okay, am I too in the past? Am I too in the future? Let me just, right? And so what I came up with is creating a sacred space for the self to understand, like, okay, and it can be like even seen as a form of escapism. Like, okay, if I'm going through something and I'm like, my energies are all over the place, what can I do to bring myself back to that center space? It can be self-love pictures, it can be our meditation pictures, it can be I have a candle right here. So, or it could be like spiritual baths, tarot, whatever, right? And that's how it kind of showed up for me. And I'm like, okay, listen, it's okay to be in the self, the present moment. It's okay to reflect on certain energies, but if you're trying to manifest and you're trying to create certain things, it can even just be energies that you want to work with. You have to be able to move back towards that energy. And again, tarot, candles, surround yourself with beautiful pictures that remind you of your spiritual path. Singing, dancing, being creative writing, whatever. And so with that, it's important to have boundaries, because sometimes, again, when we're talking about escapism, we can get kind of like lust, right? Lost into it. And then we can find ourselves just wanting to be in that only space. And it's like, creating boundaries, and I talk about this a lot here on this channel, creating boundaries, but also being able to allow yourself to be in that moment. And it's okay, right? So creating that energy to where you're authentic, you're yourself, you're able to go back to that space and visit that space while having boundaries, right? And um, practicing, and this can even mean you working on your, um, what is it? Your creative gifts and your spiritual gifts, right? Your creative gifts and your spiritual gifts. Being able to kind of, I'm seeing like the figure eight, right? So moving in and out of space, but understanding where you are. And sometimes that could be difficult because, of course, with all of the energies that are happening, distractions, um, just our minds, things that are happening in the world, trying to keep up with the currency of um, astrology, astronomy, and just it's a lot. Okay. So, yeah, creating that space and being there and allowing yourself to just be, right? And it's okay to be there in that space. It's okay to be authentic with yourself. And I know for me, um, just me thinking about different areas of my spiritual journey, I had to create a space for anger. I had to create a space for self love. I had to create a space for um, working on my shadow self. There's a lot, but of course, they're all interconnected, and being able to show up for yourself, show up for whatever it is that you're trying to get past. It can be past trauma, it can be things from your childhood, it can be you even trying to figure out the truth, right? Because sometimes everything is not tied to trauma. It could be just tied to truth. You may have had a beautiful life growing up, but you probably didn't know the truth about certain things. And now you're like, okay, I need to figure out what's happening, what's going on with myself, just you even learning who you are. And so that is why it's important to create beautiful energies that you're able to escape to while having boundaries, but yet being authentic with yourself and understanding that. And of course, when we talk about these energies, we're talking about being in a space of balance. So you have your higher self, you have your lower self, and then you have the middle. And so we can look at nature when we think about this type of energy. You can look at the seasons changing when you look at these type of energies, doing research. Again, looking at the birds, looking at the trees, looking at nature. So I know sometimes even creating a space, you're like, okay, how do I create a space? This is something new. I'm new on my journey. The best thing that I can say is you have to be authentic with yourself. And again, recognizing where you are, recognizing what's happening with you, even before you move into the spaces of trying to create this energy. You want to be able to understand who you are and where you are. Journaling is good. Music is good. Listening to certain tones is really good. And documenting is sort of like you're recording everything, right? It's sort of like you are delving into spaces where you know that in order for you to move forward, you have to be able to look back. And it's like when we think about that, when I'm sitting up here like, okay, wow, it's so funny because when you do the work, journaling, recording everything, documenting everything, working on those energies, when you do go back and look at certain energies, you will be able to see yourself in that moment, right? And it could have been a catastrophic moment. It could be something that was even exciting, something to remind you to keep moving forward. You're like, okay, wow. Now, when we think about energy, energy matures as it grows. And so when you look back at the energy, you're like, okay, wow, I feel different about this energy. I remember being in this space But now, because I've worked on said energies, it's different. I feel differently about this. I'm able to go back to this energy and actually pick out different parts of that energy that I remember. And it's like when you once you do that, it's like it turns into wisdom. It turns into knowledge. And you're going to be able to take that very knowledge and wisdom and apply it to the next phase of your life. So that is so beautiful. I love this type of energy. And again, I woke up this morning, I'm like, listen, I need to make a video. Okay. And just to give you guys a little bit of background, I've been really preserving my energy and understanding what that is, working on that energy, allowing myself to be in that energy and just being, right? I've been journaling a lot. I've been doing a lot of creative writing and um, just being in that space. And so I was like, I need to share this with my people, with my tribe. Okay. So I am going to pull some tarot, you guys. I'm going to be using the Nyx deck, the House of Night. Okay. I love this. Look, cards are already coming out just to bring some more clarity to this energy, you guys. And I love to do these type of style videos. I love to, talk about a certain energy or topic and then just pull some cards. Just to, check on the energies. Oh, okay. So we have one card already. And I'm just going to shuffle a few more times. Thank you, Spirit. Can I have another card for the current energies that we are in as a collective right now? Thank you, Spirit. Anything else? Okay. Okay. Perfect. So with the first card, we have focus, which is the number 17, breaks down to 8. Sort of the energy that I was talking about earlier. Focus. And then we have choices, 46, which breaks down to a 10. Okay. And then we have 44, playful. Okay. And so automatically, you guys, listen, just with these energies right here at play, a sense of looking forward, not looking for, but looking forward to being focused on the things that you love. And this can be for anyone. And I am getting a glare. Sorry about that. It's probably going to be like this for the rest of the video, so please bear with me. This is going to be quick. But being in a space of allowing yourself to be focused, like sort of like we was talking about earlier, being focused, right? And creating whatever energies that you want to create. But understanding that you do have the choices to move forward, but look at the past. And what's reminding me of that is the moon right here. And if you look at it, it's sort of like a crescent moon, but it also reminds me of a on the verge of becoming a full moon. So yeah, completing certain cycles, right? Being able to complete certain cycles and continue to move forward, but allowing yourself to be in a space of playful energy. And this also connects to the self love energy. This also connects to the inner child, right? And so, yes, this is really beautiful. And I'm going to get off of here because I don't like this glare. I know it's probably like, maybe it's just the aura, which is beautiful. I'm not complaining, but yeah, I wanted to bring that to you guys and just jump off of here. You know what? Let me pull one more from a different deck. And this is the Secret Garden. Okay. Dream. Wow. Because this does look like a dreamy kind of feel. It says, dream. Have a cup of tea in the garden and find yourself in a good book. Right? So that can also mean something significant for you guys. Okay, and just allowing yourself to be in that beautiful energy, create that beautiful energy, and allow it to be sacred and abundant for you. Okay, okay. So, um, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much, and I will be back with some more videos. Take care.